I'm Romo. On this episode of Romo's Recipes, we're making breaded pork cutlets. Today on Romo's Recipes, we're making a family favorite, breaded pork cutlets. Now, my family is Polish, and at every Polish wedding that we went to as a kid or a long time ago, they always had a 3-meat dinner. And it was chicken, kielbasa, and of course, breaded pork chops or breaded pork cutlets. Now, my mom always made breaded pork chops with had a bone in them. And then if they were boneless, they were called breaded pork cutlets. So that's what we're going to do here today. And what we have here is a 3.5-pound boneless pork loin roast, which is half of the pork loin. And what we're going to do is slice it up, then we'll bread them, and we'll get them in the oven and get everything going. What you need to do first and foremost is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Now I have a magic knife which gives you can set the width of the slices you want to cut for a ham or a turkey or a roast beef or anything. I'm going to use this, but you don't need it. Basically, we want to cut our chops at about a 1/2 inch thick. So once we do that, then we'll slice them and start breading. So these will be nice thin cutlets, which you'll be able to share with everyone. It's a great family meal. Okay, we've sliced up our pork loin and we have 12 nice, basically 1/2 inch thick pork cutlets. And we're going to bread them now. And it depends how big your roast is, but I ended up with 12 chops, so I'm going to start with 4 eggs and 1/4 cup of milk. And then we're going to mix this up, and this will be our egg wash for the pork chops before we put them into bread crumbs. Now we've got a little oil heated up, just regular vegetable oil on our stove, heating up so we can begin the breading process. So we've got our egg mixed up, and I like to use Italian style breadcrumbs, but you can use whatever you like. But I'm an Italian style guy. There's more spices and herbs in there, and then a little salt and pepper, and man, you got it going on. Okay, so now we have our egg wash, we have our Italian style breadcrumbs, and our pork chops, and we are breading them now. As you just dip your chop in the egg, and then I use the shake and bake process to get a good coating of breadcrumbs on each chop. And then get them in the oil, and we're going to flip them on each side to brown them up a little bit. And then as we make them and remove them, I put them on a plate with some paper towel just to absorb the excess grease. And then we're able to transfer them into our baking dish that we're going to use. So we'll keep doing this process and get them all set, and then begin the baking process in just a minute. Okay, we have our chops breaded. They are nice and golden brown, came out perfectly. We have taken a paper towel and dabbed off any excess oil, so they're nice, dry now, and breaded. Now, what I do is I take a can of cream of mushroom soup, and this will be our topping. Now this is where I think it becomes a Polish recipe, because a lot of Polish recipes are made with mushrooms, and this is the gravy that we make to go over the top of any breaded foods, the bread, pork chops, chicken, anything. And I add just 1/4 cup of milk and a dab of soy sauce. And Once we do that and we mix it up, it thins out a little bit and becomes a nice gravy. And then we will dab that and pour it over the top of our chops. And this will turn out. This is what makes it right here, folks, is this gravy with cream of mushroom soup, soy sauce, and just a touch of milk. So now that this is consistent, we're going to just dab it over our chops. And oh man, this is a perfect Sunday dinner recipe. It's great comfort food. And one of my absolute favorites. And we just make sure that we use it all. And I like to make sure there's a little bit on each chop as we go here. And then finishing touches with a little salt and a little pepper. Now, the last thing we do is we will cover it with foil, and you can use a dish with a cover if you have. I like this glass baking dish for the amount of chops that I'm making today. And we cover it, and we will put it in the oven for 1 hour at 350. Then we will check them and see how we're doing, but they should be done in about an hour. So here we go, and we'll check back shortly. Been just over an hour, and we are now going to take a look at them and see how we are coming along. Ooh, they look wonderful. Well, there you go. Perfect. So now we are going to put a couple on a plate and do the taste test, and you are going to have breaded pork cutlets, and they will be wonderful. Okay, we're back, and Kelly is now going to do the taste test of these breaded pork chops because they are her favorite. And like I said, they are a family favorite. They soften right up after you cook them for about an hour. And the breading with the gravy made with the mushroom soup and soy sauce and everything. What do you think, Kel? Good? There you have it, folks. This is one of our best recipes right here. Old-fashioned breaded pork cutlets. If you like what we're doing here on our channel, please hit the subscribe button. Maybe you'll find a recipe that you don't have and that you've always been looking for. We love cooking for you, and I love watching people enjoy the food that I make. That's the purpose of this channel. So please hit our subscribe button, like us, put your comments below, and thank you for watching. We'll see you again on Romo's Recipes.